Welcome, Divine Hearts, and thank you so much for joining us. And this week we have a very electric guest. She is going to be taking us to Sweden, where she is based. She is Lovisa Alvtorn, and Lovisa is an Ascension guide. She is an energy anchor, and she is a light code activator too. So welcome, Lovisa. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Lois. So happy to be here.
I want to share, first of all, my deepest gratitude to you for being here and for being so willing and ready to share your journey with us. This is going to be really activating, I feel, for many others who are on the Light Keepers journey, because your experiences is all about stepping into more of the light that you truly are. And all these steps that we take along the journey to let go of the old that doesn't serve anymore, and all these portals that we are called to go through too, which are portals of overcoming our own fears, very often of being seen as who we truly are, and all in the pursuit of moving into that deeper aspect of who we truly are. And so I'm very grateful to you for your work and for your light. And I'm really excited to be able to share this with others, because I'm sure it will be very activating for others to see your pathway. So thank you. So let's begin with your awakening and the experiences that came through that awakening and how that transformed your perspective altogether.
It's been less than 5 years, still coming up on 5 years since I woke up spiritually, and it was very intense and sudden. It had been building up, but the main feeling for me that I had been experiencing so strongly that I felt it like in my bones. It became a pain in my body all the way into my bones, that I was not where I was supposed to be. I was not helping the earth, the humanity, or whatever. It was a feeling that I couldn't really put into words, but that I knew I could be a better service. And I didn't know at all what I would be doing, but I knew there was something much, bigger. Yeah.
Yes. And so it was a lot, because some people have one experience, one big experience, but for most of us, it's a gradual awakening. It's a continual unraveling and awakening process. So then you've started to see things that you maybe weren't aware of before. You started to notice other light workers, like Tim Wilde, who you do a lot of work with now. And you saw this title, Light Worker, and wanted to discover more about those things. So share with us a little bit about that part of your journey.
It started with a TV show here in Sweden by Tor, now Giselle. Yes. And it was called Saved by Angels, I think. And a friend of mine was going to be in the first episode. Otherwise I wouldn't have watched. I don't watch much TV at all. So I was, I'm gonna see what this is about. And I was totally pulled in to what he was saying about angels, and that how they're helping, but that they need us to give our permission and ask because of our free will. And I was upset, why didn't anyone tell me? Because I've always believed in a higher power, and I knew there were angels even before my awakening. I always had a faith in a higher power, but I didn't know these things. And I was it was like I'd been waiting. I was, with all of my heart and my passion, I went into, learning more. And then Birken came to Sweden following on this TV series, and I went to Stockholm to meet him, and there he had crystals by Tim Wilde, and especially now I only have my small ankh.
Oh, lovely.
Here, but the ankh, the symbol of the ankh, so the symbol of the fifth dimensional heart center, was what pulled me in. I was like, can I touch it? May I touch that crystal? And so that's when I looked up to him and wanted to buy an ankh. And first I wanted to buy a small one. Like, I mean, it's small, but it's so powerful, right? So I always carry this. But I thought, what if, because the term light worker, like you said, I was listening, I was finding videos online where some spiritual teacher was speaking, and I felt what this person was speaking about, really spoke to me, and this is for me. And then after a while she said, and you, all of us light workers. And I was like, oh, but I'm not a light worker, so this doesn't apply to me. So I felt like I couldn't take on that identity, or that I wasn't maybe worthy, or I don't know exactly what, but so I actually wrote to Tim and said, I don't want to take this crystal from someone else, from a light worker who it's supposed to go to. So that was how, like, I don't want to, it was very, I don't know, in a way it was humble, wasn't it? But then he said, I do sessions, because he was giving one-on-one sessions at that time. So we could, good to talk about this. And it was really funny in that first conversation with him, because he noticed how nervous I was. So he was speaking about the weather. And then he said, oh, so how long have you been awake? And I was like, yes. What do you mean by awake? You don't mean when I woke up this morning, right? And he thought I didn't understand his English. So he was like, let me speak slower. Like, no, but I don't know what you mean by awakening. And then he said, how long have you been awake? When I understood it, I said, okay, so 2 weeks, So yeah. So that's how I connected with Tim.
So, and then gradually you began to, because they seem like new gifts that we move into, but they've always been there. So it's like, it's just a remembrance, and also it's our frequencies changing. So we're able to access those gifts and talents that we already hold. But
it's a reactivation.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you started to tap into these new capabilities, or these new old capabilities that you had within you, and you began to discover sort of new old things about yourself too. So how did that unfold for you? How did you start to discover these things?
It was actually because at the beginning, then, when I didn't really have an anchor point, now I'm saying, so Tim would have been my anchor point, actually. So helping, really guiding me at the beginning, because I was just looking up, like, randomly videos on YouTube. I didn't know where to look. I didn't know anyone else who was thinking, feeling, believing what I realized that I was believing and feeling and experiencing. So, and he recommended his and Diana Cooper's books. So the Archangel Guide to Ascension, 55 Steps to the Light, which is a very good guidebook when you are waking up, if you need something to, like, an introduction to the different archangels, to what the Merkaba is, to the dragon kingdom, the unicorns, the galactic energies. And so through that, and that book is kind of overlighted, the main guide there is Archangel Metatron. And I quickly realized how close he was to me, that I'm carrying his light. So he was very, very present in the beginning as my main guide. He still is, but now as I'm stepping more into my sovereignty, my mastery as Lovisa, the walking master aspect of me in this lifetime, I'm more kind of self-sufficient. So, but he's always there in the background. So Metatron was the first one who really came and guided me from the spirit side.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. And really supportive, and really a really powerful supportive energy too, that you needed, especially in the beginning, just to be able to propel you forward.
Yeah, I don't know if everyone listening knows of him and his energy. But I mean, he is in a way in charge of the whole ascension process of Earth at the moment. He's very much leading it. And this this rise into the fifth dimension that we're doing collectively, the whole planet and us individually as well. And his energy is like orange or golden orange. You can, he's so connected to the sun, you can perceive him as a sun. The Grand Central Sun is where he's like his spiritual retreat. So yeah, it's a little bit about him.
That's beautiful, thank you. Tell us a little bit more about how you began to discover your soul name and this connection that you have with electricity, and how you work with it, and also how it comes into the work that you do as an energy anchor too.
At the beginning, I knew I wanted to work. Like I wanted to really dedicate myself to the spiritual side of my life and to work with this and to gradually move away from my other work that I still do part-time. And now I have part-time my own business, Ascension with Lovisa as well, doing spiritual work. But I didn't have any clue what I would be doing. I went to healing classes when I felt that it's not quite what I mean, we can all channel healing energies, but that's not like my main gift. So, you know, what would it be? And I felt very strongly in meditation, and when we were really connecting with stars or with the sun, the galactic energies, I felt it so strongly. And I would also intuitively, if I went to the ocean. So when I got my first ankh, which was, I did get a bigger ankh. I don't have it because it broke after less than a month. It is a big rose quartz ankh. I knew I wanted to put it in the ocean, and I'm not exactly why, but what I was doing was, of course, anchoring the energies of the cosmic heart, the love energy, into the waters of the earth, so it would spread. You know, so since all water is connected, I didn't even have this conscious idea that this was what I was doing, but I was. So this is like this anchor aspect of me. Anchoring was very strong. And then I realized others were talking about, some people were saying my soul name is this or that, and others were saying the name of my higher self, or later, so what I call it now is that it's a master aspect of my soul. So another incarnation, another master incarnation. And this is this lifetime for us, and for you too, Lois. These are master lifetimes for us, and for many waking up now, because that's the energy of these times and what's happening. So one day it just occurred to me to ask, just straight out, okay, and then I said, what's my soul name? So now I would say she's a master aspect of me, but I immediately got the answer, Electra. And so then I started to look into like who was that. And that's one thing to be a little bit weary about, I think, if you start to Google or look into even historical sources, to know that these master energies, gods, goddesses, because she was a goddess, a Greek goddess, that the information about them have very often been distorted. And often it's to kind of take away the power that their original blueprint or gold print, their original, that it will, it in one way it will make people not connect with them, because you hear like often in the stories of them will be like, you know, it will include jealousy and you know, anger and whatever, war, yes. Things like that, and even or stealing or whatever it could be. This goes for many of these gods, the Norse ones, the Greek ones, right?
Yes.
And that's something that's being kind of added on later. It's taking us away from their true essence. So I would advise anyone to go into your heart and feel like, what do you feel if you're connecting with someone? Say Thoth, for example, who was an Atlantean high priest, but also we know him as an Egyptian god. And if you read about him or things, you may hear a little bit negative things, but go into your connection and your heart and see what does your heart tell you. and how do you perceive this energy?
Exactly, and it's so
really
true.
Important.
Very important, and so true about every aspect of our lives now that we come from here with everything, because we've been so used to being here, and we're moving away from that altogether to come from here in every way, to be in this, to create and build these new earth realities that we are here to build. So it's beautiful. So
should I say a little bit more about Alvtorn?
Yes.
Yeah, so she's very much the energy anchor. If you would say, I feel her, I feel like a sister brother connection between her and Thor, the Norse god, of lightning.
Yes.
So, and the interesting thing is I even have a memory. I felt it was a dream, but I realized that it was a memory from a past life where I died in that lifetime, being struck by lightning, and I can feel the energy building up, and I know it's going to happen. So this is what I knew, and at that time, I wasn't in a frequency where I could hold that kind of
light.
Yes, an energy surge or light, or that intensity of it. But that was something my soul had agreed that was a main mission for that lifetime, to bring that through, because as it came through, even though I left my physical body for that lifetime, I brought through this immense, anchored into the earth, to help lift the frequency that has been very low and dense for thousands of years, right? So to help lift that. So I've made these connections later, like from that memory that was so strong. I remember exactly, that's not how I don't usually remember dreams a lot at all. So she is this very strong energy anchor, and she's the very much a cosmic, like she's connecting to the stars and the cosmic energies and anchoring that in. So
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
You've touched on the Norse gods. I know these are frequencies that you've been working with a lot recently too. So I'm really curious to find out how you interpret these frequencies and what you feel with them, and why are they important for now.
Yeah, so let me touch on Thor, since I mentioned him already, because I'm actually really tuning in deeply with them, because just started a new co-creation. Tim Wilde, myself, and Donnie Morris, who I know you've interviewed for your channel before, on a scarf collection, a Norse scarf collection. So excited about it. And the question here is to choose, if we have so many that want to come through. So actually Thor is not going to be from the beginning, but he might come later. But like just tuning in with his energy, he comes, or they all come through with slightly different aspects and what they would like to bring through now for us. And with Thor, I mean, he is the protector of mankind. That was also according to the historical sources. But he's coming through so strongly as that anchor, that energy anchor, to where when it's at the darkest point. So for example, he would come in at the darkest point of the year, when it said the frost Jotuns, who were giants, they were kind of almost taking over Earth, and so to bring back the light, to enable spring to come back, to enable light to come back. So it's very symbolical. So each year they would call on him to help turn the darkness. At the darkest point, he came in with that surge of light to turn it all around. So in any time where you're feeling you're in a very dark place, it feels hopeless, you really need, you can call on him, and he'll come in with that lightning strike it's a huge energy burst. So that's how he's coming through. I think that's really beautiful.
That is beautiful.
Actually. So it's really this anchor point, and that who holds the light, and that he brings it through in like just in a, you know, in a flash, like lightning, that's so quickly and so powerfully at the same time.
I find it really interesting with these movies as well, the Thor movies, that we get to play with these, and so many activations in those too, seeing the rainbow bridge and seeing the light when they land somewhere new, and the patterns that they create on the on the earth or the land, wherever they I find those imagery really, really activating. So it's really interesting that these energies really want to be coming through and to be shared and to be felt.
Yeah, so one main thing that all of these Norse gods and goddesses, or you say ascended master energies, or it's even, you know, it's dragons, and it's the bridge you were mentioning, Bifrost. So it's like these symbols of light as well. So all these Norse gods and goddesses especially are coming through with this warrior energy, this forward thrust, and to be the warrior of the light, the sacred warrior, and with courage and passion and forward movement. Because I think we're at a time when many light workers we're quite tired. It's been going on, you know, we've been working so hard, clearing so much, healing so much, because a lot of this ascension process before we step into like our master roles is to, in a very short period of time, clear so much of karma, of things we need to heal and let go of, like peeling all of those layers and stepping, you know, higher and higher on that ladder towards the light. And the intensity of it makes us tired, and it I've felt and heard from many, and I know this it's the same with Tim Wilde, for example, also speaking of this, and other friends of mine who are light workers, that it's so many are so tired, almost beginning to lose hope. So these Norse energies are coming in with like this warrior spirit, and this like the team spirit, and you know, we can do this, and you can do this, and like
burst of supportive energy just to keep us moving forward. That's lovely. I know that you've felt even deeper connections with Odin, the energy of Odin, and with Freya. So how are those different? How have you felt those?
How they're different from
Thor.
So Freya, she's a warrior goddess, very clearly in that, and I've discovered like her main warrior strength, because we all have, each warrior has their own strength that contributes to the whole of the army. So we're all unique, have our unique strengths, and her unique strength is the passion, like that passion to do things passionately and wholeheartedly, and give your all, and to awaken the passion and find your passion. So she's she really, that flame of passion, because I know I carry her flame, and I'm really going in more deeply to that. It is that flame of passion. So I realized I'm quite, when I work with something that really that's really from the heart and what I feel strongly, I do it so intensely. And it is that passion to go do it wholeheartedly, go all in. But she's the goddess of love also, so her connection to the cosmic heart is very strong, and that leads me on to the place where I live also, Uppsala, close to Stockholm in Sweden, so just north of Stockholm. And old Uppsala has the King's Mounds, which are it's a huge burial site. So there are lots of graves there. But when Tim Wilde visited, because I was with a few friends to be able to have Tim Wilde come to Sweden, to the Swedish audience, we started a non-profit organization, the Silver Dragon. And so the second time he was here, I was called by Metatron and by Thor very strongly to go to bring Tim there to the King's Mounds. I knew there was something, I didn't know why. And Metatron just said, your presence is needed. That was all he gave me, your presence is needed. So he did come with me. And I said, I don't know what we're doing there, Tim. This was when I wasn't so aware yet. At the beginning, I would, in gatherings with other light workers, I would often just, they would be getting so much information, you know, from spirit. And I would just hear, hold ground, holding ground. And that is that anchor aspect that I have. Of course, I was anchoring the energies in. I thought it was so boring. So that's what I was doing with Tim also. And he'd say, go stand on that Mount Lovisa, you know, I'll go. And he was doing like and activations and things. And I was just standing there, I'm holding ground. So what we were doing, and I got a lot of information, you know, with time after that, we reactivated a portal, a very powerful portal to the cosmic heart. So it's called the Heart of the North, is the name that has been given to me for this portal. So Freya's connection there is, of course, very strong. And with Odin, I would say it's the wisdom aspect a lot, bringing, connecting us with our. So it is a lot to the mind and to the vision of, and also, you know, third eye activation. He had sacrificed one of his eyes, according to legend, into the well of wisdom to be able to. And I just recently rediscovered that this well of wisdom, which is called Mimir's well, it's the equivalent of the Akashic records. That was like an aha moment for me.
Yes.
But so a lot with wisdom and with clear sight with Odin.
Isn't that beautiful?
Very, yeah.
I love all these clever myths and legends that hold these clues, but they're hidden. So we have to, it takes time for us to really discover what they're speaking about and understand it, but I love it. Have you been called to work with the portal that you and Tim opened?
Yes. So, so we will do a short meditation at the end, so everyone will be able to do a little connection with it. It will be, we will all travel there. So I've worked with it like that, and in workshops with Tim Wild also. And I will be doing an in-person event, but you know, that's it's in English, but you know, it's here on the 12th of June. With I love co-creating, so I think that really takes everything. One and one, when we connect, when we co-create like that and come together, it becomes much more than two.
Yes.
So, and to do different co-creation. So I'm doing an in-person workshop there, and I'm sure there's going to be more.
Oh, that's so exciting. And it's so beautiful too, because you can see clearly where you were at maybe 5 years ago, not even, you wouldn't have been able to see what you're able to achieve today, what you're doing, what you're accomplishing, and the work that you're doing wasn't even in your awareness then. So this courage, this more of this stepping out again, and really stepping up as well, which is really beautiful and powerful to see that too. And I wanted to ask you about the energies you're feeling maybe in Sweden in general, how you're feeling about your work there, and what you've been, maybe more of what you've been called to do in those quiet moments when you're meditating, or when you're connecting with the land and moving around.
Well, one thing here, I know I'm blessed to live here because the energies are very, I think they're, compared to in many places of the world, I think the frequency is high. It's like a pure energy. And we have Archangel Gabriel, especially, he's the guardian. I realized that's also something, you know, we just came to me. He's the guardian of Uppsala and Old Uppsala and the mounts. And it's like, there's an angel statue on the cathedral. And I was just standing waiting for some other, we were going to do energy work. It's the first time actually I was doing something, you know, that this was like a private group, but to do something physically, energy work like that. And I was standing and looking, there's an angel statue, and I was like, that's Gabriel. And then later I checked, and yes, it is Gabriel, you know. Also that the people, and it said they removed there was another angel statue too, and they removed that one and the Gabriel statue when they were renovating the cathedral. And the people of Uppsala were so upset, like, we want our archangel back, we want the angel back. So they put that one, Gabriel, back up. But he's really, really present with all with the snow, the frost. So he also came through with dragons, his frost dragons. Otherwise, I think because Diana Cooper's worked a lot with the dragons, she has a dragon book and dragon deck, and there I think his pure white dragons are very connected to fire, and that white flame of purity, and the diamond energy, and for me have also the water. It's very strongly with Gabriel, and the frost.
Yes.
And that the purity of the snow and the frost. And also it's very helpful when you're an energy anchor to have that coolness, because every time I was doing something very, very, very powerful, when I was going to bring in, anchor in something huge, it would be so cold. It would be freezing. Even when we reopened the portal here, Tim Wild and I, it was April. We had nice weather that weekend when we had the workshop, and then on the Monday morning there was snow. I mean, he didn't bring clothes at all for that type of weather, and it was so windy. And I thought, why? And then Archangel Metatron explained it to me, that I wasn't, because to be this, so he calls me a master conductor, as in conductor of energy, like electricity, and to be able to do that, you need zero resistance. And at the beginning, I still had a lot to work with in my different chakras, so it would, and especially it felt like it would fry my head almost. It was because I did have some sort of resistance, and then that cooling agent, the cold, was needed, so I wouldn't overheat. It's that and
that's important. So
that's important. Yeah.
Yes. So it's like, it's perfectly designed for you. Yes. You are exactly where you're meant to be. And this combination of this electric frequencies with this beautiful crystalline frequencies of the snow as well, just to balance everything out and to take care of you too. So that's beautiful. Can I ask you a little bit more about, because I mentioned in the introduction that you're a light code activator. So to share a little bit more about what that means, and to your role now too as an Ascension guide, how this has been unfolding for you too.
I think that's really interesting. As a light code activator, a lot of it is done just by, so for anyone listening now, you're receiving all of these light codes from the both of us, and from our connection is activating these light codes, and without us even focusing on it at all. So a lot of it is unconscious or subconscious, or what would you call it? Yeah. So it's just and like Archangel Metatron said at that point, your presence is needed at the King's Mounds. Just by us, because so many of us are, we hold these keys and codes. It's not just, I know I'm a strong energy anchor and light code activator, but we all hold those energies. And when we connect with each other, when we connect with different, we go to a certain place, we don't even actually have to physically be there. We connect, in meditation with a sacred site, or with a place wherever on earth. We make that connection, and the keys and codes of that site will interact with ours, and we will activate and unlock new levels of light. So a lot is in that way. Otherwise, I know, so I do one-on-one sessions as well as workshops. And very often what comes through is the same phrase, like, this is an activation, or, this is a recalibration. So, and I have to say that. And then, so I anchor, and I'm holding this. This crystal is really helping me. So I always hold this. Beautiful. It's very strong and very anchoring. So it needs to be anchored into the physical body, to our physical presence here now. Yes. That's important. because this is where we are incarnated. This is where our soul is connected in to this body right now. So the importance of our physical aspect is very much coming through, and that we need to physically embody this light. And we also, all of us are the anchor points. So it's the importance of being grounded, because we not only do these energies activate us, our light body, and our fields and our gifts coming back online and so on, but we're anchoring it into Mother Earth, to the earth, and helping with the process for all of the whole planet. And definitely I see so clearly how we as anchor points and our light is connected into the ley lines and ley systems. So because some people feel it a bit uncomfortable, I would say, to work with grounding, and that it can feel heavy. For me, I've always loved it, and that's also because of who I am and what I do. But I know that quite a few light workers, it's easier to kind of float up there and work with the energies. But I think if you think of it, connect with the ley system and the ley lines, and that golden liquid light flowing through there, and it's golden, but it's all colors of the rainbow too, then it may be easier, feel like you're ground into that. It could be an option to make it easier with grounding.
I think that's such a beautiful visual for people to have, to be able to link into something too. I'm also, as you're talking, I'm thinking about how there's so many light keepers around the planet now. Everybody's perfectly placed all around the planet to be exactly where they need to be, and it's all beautifully perfect. And it feels like in the past, we've had veins of crystals within the earth, which we still do, and crystals play such an important part in raising the frequency, and the dragon frequencies and all the other frequencies there to assist. But it feels like at this time, we are the crystalline grid holders. We are becoming it more and more, and that's these beautiful guardians, the crystalline guardians and the dragon guardians, are able to pass on the duty to us, in a sense, because we become literally part of it through the light body, our connection to the earth, that it's all integral, and that we're sort of playing a bigger part than we ever did, maybe now at this time, in that new way. And so I wanted to ask you, before we go on to the beautiful meditation that you have prepared, about a message, something that you'd like to share with other light keepers about, because you've already mentioned how many might be feeling tired, many might not be able to see ahead further than what they can see at this time, because this is such a journey of trust, and it takes so much courage to gradually take these steps forward. How would you appease those light keepers, or what would you say to assist others at this time who may be feeling those challenges, maybe?
But one thing that comes through right away is to trust in yourself, trust in your ability. You can do this, you're here to do this, and all of the assistance that we have, and the importance of us being in the physical body, because this is the anchor into the earth. I mean, our whole planet is ascending with us. In previous times and in many other star systems and on planets who have gone through the ascension process, it's often that first of all, that when you ascend, you leave the physical. We're ascending, and the whole planet with us in the physical, we're staying. And so that importance of the physical body, that we're needed by the archangels, the ascended masters, everyone helping from the spiritual realm, or as in light form, or love form,
Yes.
because we are the anchor point for them to be able to anchor this light in through us, because the physical that's kind of the key for this process on Earth now. I don't know if that's helpful.
It is. It's beautiful because
thought.
there's always a purpose, always a higher purpose to every part of the process. And sometimes if things seem quite dark, there's always a purpose, and you're always in service, be it through releasing, even when you're feeling low or whatever it is, it's always in service in some way at the end of the day. So that's beautiful. So thank you. And now I'm going to hand over the reins to you so you can lead us in this wonderful meditation that you've kindly prepared for us. So thank you so much for that, Lovisa.
I have it here on paper. So if everyone's ready, if you have a crystal, please do hold on to it. It can help to anchor the energies into the crystal, so it will hold the energies of the meditation, and it will help you anchor the energy in, because we will be working as anchor points and with a very strong anchor point. So this is meditation with the heart of the North. So if you close your eyes and focus on your breath, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Once again, in through your nose and out through your mouth. And as you keep breathing like this, focus now on your heart, your strongest chakra, the motor in the ascension process, the core of who you are. And see if you can feel your heartbeat in sync with your breath now. And now start to breathe in and out of your heart with every breath. With every in-breath, feel how you're breathing light into your heart. With every out-breath, feel how this light spreads out into your bodies and fields. By doing this, you're awakening the light of your own heart more and more with each breath. And this love light of your own heart also starts to flow out into your full body system now with every out breath. So feel it flowing out into your physical body, every part of your physical body, all the way into cellular level, DNA level, and into your mental body, your thoughts, concepts of the world, and yourself. So it's filling you up, it's healing, and it's balancing you. Out into your emotional body. Beautiful love light, and out into your spiritual body, your aura. Just keep breathing this love light of your heart out into all of your bodies and fields. And now focus on the ground beneath your feet. Feel the ground and how swirls of your heart light, like roots of love light, are finding their way down into the ground. Deeper and deeper down. And suddenly a soft movement meets the love light of your heart within the earth. And this is a huge dragon coming to meet your light. It's curious, it recognizes the vibration of your heart. And this is the dragon of the heart of the North. It has brown, white, pink, and golden colors, hues. And it's an earth and love dragon guarding the portal to the cosmic heart, which is situated at the King's Mounds in Old Uppsala. There's also a generator, this portal, pumping this love light out wide and far in all directions. So this is the heartbeat of the heart of the north, which is spreading through the earth. And you feel the calling now from the heart of the north. So allow the love light of your heart to flow with the dragon towards the portal by the King's Mounds. So wherever your starting point in the world, your love light travels with the speed of light, and you will arrive in no time. Feel how you're being anchored in securely into the earth while you travel. And as you draw near now, feel the love light of your heart meeting and answering the heartbeats of the heart of the north. And your heart light starts to merge with the light of the portal to the cosmic heart of Venus at Old Uppsala, until your heart starts to beat as one with the heart of the north. It's one heart, one love. So the light of your heart has now reached the portal by the King's Mounds. With your inner vision, you see the portal ahead of you. Around it, there are elven ones swirling, dancing, a beautiful dance. Their movements are creating an elven flower, an etheric, energetic grid in the shape of a beautiful flower with softly flowing sacred geometries around the portal. So watch their dance, and you can see that there are many different elementals here at the portal. Many beings from the Norse mythology, gnomes, forest nymphs, elemental dragons, different elements, fire, water, earth, and air. During the centuries, they have guarded the portal and kept it safe. And in return, they've been showered with its magical love light. You can also see the Norse masters here. Have Odin, Freya, her brother Frey, Thor, and many, many more. And there's also a golden temple here. And you instantly understand that this golden color reflects the golden Christ light, the pure transcendent love. This was the main temple of all of the Norse faith here at Old Uppsala. So feel the light codes within the portal and within the very ground here, and how you're connecting with them and how they're connecting with keys and codes within you and reactivating you. You join the others here around the portal, these Norse masters, and you enjoy the companionship, the harmony, co-creation of light and love in unity with all kinds of light beings of the heavens and of the earth. So one of the Norse masters comes up to you now. She steps up to you, smiling at you, and this is Freya, goddess of love, passion, beauty, high priestess of the temple of love. Her energy is very warm, soft, loving, yet so powerful and passionate at the same time. And she says to you, come and stand now in the center of the portal so that you may feel its full power and unite with it. So you accompany Freya, who leads you through the crowd, and where you walk, everyone steps to the side and smiles at you when you pass them. There's so much love, you feel so at home, so welcome here. And Freya leads you to the very center of the portal, where she embraces you fondly and goes to stand with the others. So they all form a circle around you and around the portal. So you're standing alone within the center of the portal now, and just close your eyes in the meditation and start to fully feel into the energies flowing here. And feel the love flowing from beneath, from the heart of the north, which is a part of the heart of Gaia, Mother Earth. Feel it flowing upwards towards the cosmos. So follow this flow from below and upwards for a few moments now. And feel the love and strength of Mother Earth and all the love that she's sending up into the cosmos. Allow her love light to fill up your heart and all of your bodies, physical body, your mental body, your emotional body, your spiritual body, your aura. Feel the love that Gaia holds for you and her healing hands touching you. Mother Earth heals you and strengthens you. Rest in her embrace. Allow your heart to beat as one with hers. And now instead start to feel the energies flowing in the other direction, from the cosmos above and down, deep down into the earth, into the heart of the north, within Mother Earth. At the same time, you clearly feel the response from Mother Earth, how she gives freely of her love light back to the cosmos. So rest in this double two-way flow for a while now. While you do this, feel into which energies you can sense coming through the portal from the heavens. Like Venus, Andromeda, Lyra, the Pleiades, Orion, Sirius. So much love light. And realize how you are an anchor point for this love light. You're an anchor point for love. So feel how this light flows straight through you and fills up your heart, all of your bodies and fields. Feel the love for you from the universe, from the stars. The loving, healing, strengthening, balancing energies touching you and filling you to the brim with new light codes, wisdom, understanding, and a powerful feeling of oneness, unity, a togetherness with all that is. Just rest in the energies of the one true heart for a few moments. Now the time has come to start to turn back to where you started from, to here and now in your physical body. Freya comes up to you again, and you thank her warmly for this experience, this activation. And she smiles at you and lets you know that you're welcome back here whenever you like. She accompanies you back to the dragon of love and of the earth, who is the guardian of the heart of the north. And you start to flow back through the earth as the light of your heart together with the dragon. So once again, you're coming back into your physical body. Follow the light of your heart back into the center of your heart. Breathe in sync with your heartbeats. Completely present in your heart, and breathe long, slow breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Again, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Start to feel your body. You gently move your fingers and toes, your hands and your feet, maybe even stretch your body. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful. That was wonderful. And I could really feel the portal and connect with it from here too. It was really beautiful. And seeing the dragon coming up from the earth as well was a really lovely experience.
Such a huge dragon there. I often feel it as just when I as soon as I think of this dragon, I feel it, you know, in the earth. It's so big, you know, it covers this whole area. So just, there it is. Yeah.
Oh, Lovisa, thank you so, so much. It's been
Thank
such a
you,
joy.
Lois. Thank you.
And I wish you, not that you need any luck or anything, but I know wonderful things are happening. And I'm excited for your new project with the scarves, with Donia Morris and Tim Wilde. And with everything that is to unfold and come to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.